was not, nor you, nor these lords of men, nor will there ever be a time hereafter where we shall all cease to be. We see the beauty of Sanskrit language in this verse. It uses double negatives of neti neti, and it's a beautiful thing about the Sanskrit language. Pranay would know, when we do our drafting, we use a lot of these double negatives, like not, and I was discussing this with Swita, you can't make it today, in property, in corporate, in bank, you always use that double negatives. You may know as well here, that double negatives, not. It cancels out that first not that we use. So he says in this verse, never was there a time when we were not, meaning that we've always been there. So never was there a time when we were not, so we've always been there. There's never will there be a time where we will not be there, meaning we will always be there. So there's never been a time in the past when we were not there, and we're here in the present, and there will never be a time in the future when we will not be there. Okay? This is the meaning of this, that we're always existent, and existing is our nature. The soul is always there. In fact, the meaning that it's always existent, and those people think that we have 100 years and then we die, they're wrong. We're always existing. We never go. Shri Krishna says that Arjun is worrying about something that is impossible. He thinks that all these people would die, but that's absolutely not possible. He's worrying about an impossibility. There's a small rabbit in the jungle. That rabbit's continuously worrying about the sky falling on its head. What would happen? No sane person would think like that. It's impossible. In the same way, Shri Krishna is saying that Arjun is worrying about something that's impossible. Remember this, that whenever someone's thinking about something that's impossible, then that worry always leads into despondency. If someone's worrying about something that's possible, then he can plan in relation to it and take steps to fix that problem. Because if I'm worried about the ceiling falling on my head, then it's a false worry, but there's something I can do about it. For example, I can get the engineers, I can get the facilities team down here and ask them that it's not secure, can you construct it properly? But if I'm worried about the sky falling on my head, then I would go towards despondency, because I'm worried about something that's impossible. Hence Arjun went to despondency. You cannot do anything about it, and hence it leads to madness and despondency. That's why Shri Krishna tells Arjun that he's worried about something that's completely impossible. If you take a moment and calmly think about the majority of your thoughts, then you see that we're all thinking like Arjun. Things we're worried about are things that we shouldn't even be worried about. They're all useless worries. And Guruji's got a really great technique to get rid of your worries. Get a notebook and write on the front page the book of worries. Whenever you're worried, just keep writing in this book. As soon as you worry, just sit down with this notepad and begin writing. Imagine this 21-year-old son, or let's say 16-year-old son, 21-year-old son can do what he wants. 16-year-old son is going for his driving lesson, and his mother's sitting there, and his mother expects him back from school every day at 5:30. So it becomes 8 o'clock. He's not there. 9 o'clock, not there. Mum keeps walking around, the clock begins ticking. 8:45, 9 o'clock, 9:30. The mum keeps walking around from the bathroom to the balcony, back and forth, worrying about what's happened. The son comes back waving his keys at 10 p.m. His mother asks him where he was, and he just says that he was sitting with his friends at a restaurant. He's just gone to have a party. So what happened to his mother? He forgot about his mother. The worries that the mother had became useless at 10 p.m., but they were there before. The worries that the mother had became useless, and they were not worth worrying about. Obviously, you've got to make sure where your son is, but the worrying has to be taken out of it. So Guruji always says that you should always write down your worries and look at them 2 weeks afterwards. Look back at the pages and see exactly what you were worried about. You'll see that you're completely worrying about things that are completely useless, and when you look back at your worries, cross out all the things that are completely useless, and you find that all the things that you worried about were not worth it. Just cross them all out. When you do this, you become free from worries. Okay, Shri Krishna has given this thought about the eternal nature of the soul, but Arjuna is thinking, fair enough, there's a soul that's separate from the body, but what happens to the soul after one's death? You already know that we don't know what's going to happen to the soul after death, and that's why we're afraid of death. You understand that the soul's immortal, but if the body is going through death, then what happens to the soul? We don't even know what's going to happen, and that's why I'm worrying, Shri Krishna. That's why we're worried about death. And as an answer to this, Shri Krishna gives us